My name is Melanie Bowles. I'm Senior Lecturer at Chelsea College of Art, University of the Arts, London. I'm a researcher, I'm a writer, I'm a writer, researcher, lecturer. I'm the co-founder of a small enterprise group called the People's Print. And I'm the author of Digital Textile Design, which is here. I've got a copy of it if you want to see it later. I wrote it in 2009. I started it in 2007, and it's gone into second edition in 2011. It's very popular. It's sold very well. I've had over 10 years of experience teaching digital textile design, and I felt that a book had to be written about it, a book that had to say all the changes, the new directions that were happening with digital printing and how fashion designers were using it and particular students were using it and the different styles that were being created. Within the book, it's got examples of fashion, interiors. It's also got technical information. It's kind of an inspirational textbook. It's also got practical know-how tutorials on how to do it yourself and how to create your own digital textiles. I work at Chelsea College of Art, which is in the centre of London, next to the Tate Britain. I work in a highly creative environment with a huge amount of very young, savvy, digital young adults. I'm also a researcher there. So consumer-centred design is my area of research. And it's also my practice within my research enterprise, which is the People's Print. I'm very interested in the process that invites the end user to digitally design and digitally print and make their own garments and products. What type of consumer this attracts and how digital print can facilitate this process. During the presentation, we'll look at new emerging companies that put the consumer at the centre of the product and providing platforms to upload and digitally print their designs. We look at models that encourage consumer participation through competition and design challenges, through voting systems, and create communities and workplaces to show and sell work. This collection here was a research project that I did with a digital print bureau in Edinburgh called BFab Creative and a fashion designer called DIY Couture. On my part, it was just a research project through college, but we created a design theme, a competition, which we put out through social media and Facebook. We have quite a good following between the printers, the fashion designer and myself. So we invited the public, anybody, to design their prints to go on the DIY Couture's latest collection. And the response was brilliant, it was great. And these are some of the prints within the collection, within the design brief. I also did a tutorial as well, so I gave a toolbox for the consumer to work with, so they didn't feel that they were completely on their own. They had guidelines to work with if they were stuck. And we, through our blog and through Facebook and social media, we shared, we built a community, and we built a great amount of excitement. Okay, so I'm just going to go on about going through what exactly consumer-centred design is. Consumer-centred design is open to anybody. It involves in-depth understanding of the end user's requirement. It involves engaging directly with the consumer and keeping them involved throughout. It gives them the consumer a voice and an activity in their product. And most of all, on my part, it's extremely fun. It's inclusive for anybody to do. This can be the DIYer, the pro-amateur, the hobbyist. It could be the design-savvy, digitally skilled consumer. The consumer who wants individuality away from mass production. It is for the consumer who enjoys learning a challenge and looks for a unique solution led by themselves but supported by others. How can it be done? Everyone has to be involved. The consumer, the researcher, the production, the manufacturer and the marketing. The The internet provides a perfect platform to shout, share and sell. It can be done as a call out or take part in a design theme or a competition that can grow very fast through social media. And what does digital print play in this? Digital textile designs can be designed virtually, uploaded and viewed online and easily printed. Digital printing offers print, on-demand facility, speed, short runs and bespoke printing, and live print systems. It offers the perfect production facility for consumer-centred design. And can it be a sustainable design solution? Yes. Consumer-centred design can counter the negative effects of mass consumerism, fast fashion, by letting the consumer be at the centre of the design process. It empowers the consumer to create textiles that are original and unique to them. Rather than being a passive consumer, they are actively engaged within their product. Consumer-centred design invests in people's innate creativity, giving them the confidence, vision, and tools to create bespoke products for themselves and their communities. This is a quote from a book that I've recently read and would recommend on your book list. Chris Anderson, The Makers, The New Industrial Revolution. The beauty of the web is that it democratizes the tools of both invention and production. Anyone with an idea for a service can turn it into a product. The internet has opened up a new industrial revolution. Makers can become entrepreneurs. Hobbies can become small businesses. Small ideas become bigger ideas. Solo projects become group projects. Communities become movements. Anyone can become a designer. Create, make, sell, and share. Digital textile printing is serving this really well, and we've seen some examples of that. As a design created virtually can rapidly be printed, which can be shared or sold online with the service of a digital print bureau. We no longer have to commit to hundreds of meters, but we can just have 2 at the click of a button and at an affordable cost. He also says everybody is a designer, so we better just get good at it. And I think that's where my part as a tutor and an educator comes in, to offer toolboxes and design themes that will make us all better designers. The Digital ProAmateur. So pioneering US digital print company Spoonflower was one of the first to offer just this service, a company which has grown and flourished with the web and digital print technology. Spoonflower is a DIY textile maker's dream. It offers an affordable print solution, sophisticated platform to upload, share, sell and participate, fueling cottage industries to grow into small thriving businesses. And it's a great community as well, and we'll hear from Spoonflower after my talk as well, which is really exciting. And we are now seeing, I think over the past year, I've just written another book, so I'm researching into the growth of small print bureaus which are setting up. But just in the UK area around London, we're seeing quite a fast growth of small digital print bureaus gathering momentum. And crowdfunding like Kickstarter is definitely helping that as well. So By Hand London, a London-based company selling independent sewing patterns, are in the process of expanding their service to digital print that will serve home sewists and crafters and DIYers. So it's Kickstarter is making it possible to actually fund and gather momentum, buy your printer, build communities and invest in that brand as well. This is just an example of a new entrepreneur, and it's actually one of many of Chelsea's students. But Vicky Murdoch and her company, Silk and Favours, She could start her business by printing small batches of her scarves and grow in demand when Liberty of London wanted to stop them. She now has a successful business selling internationally online through Liberty's, as well as offering a bespoke service for her clients. The individual is now able to realise their ideas and create their own brand and sell their products online. Some print bureaus are developing online marketplaces as well for designers to actually sell their work. And just a quote about participatory design, which is an area that I'm also very interested in. And this is from a key textile book by Dr. Kate Fletcher, Journeys of Sustainable Fashion and Textiles. Participatory design in fashion and textiles is concerned between the designer and user and attempts to empower individuals to become more engaged with the design and the production of their products. Participatory design breaks away from the traditional model of the mass producer being in command of the consumer's product. This results in the consumer being passive, inactive, and unrepresented by the fashion systems. However, participatory design invites the consumer to have a role in the design of their product, introducing consumer-centered methods of design changes that traditional power structures and opens up democratic systems of design. So an example of a company that is engaging in participatory design is, next slide, a new company in London called Your Store. I've called it active consumerism. So Your Store is an innovative UK fashion company that embeds participatory design in their customer consumer experience by offering the customer to create their own digital print from an interactive touchscreen. And I know that they've just created an app as well, so you can do it from your iPhone. You can create a fashion at the tap of your finger, custom fashion at the tap of your finger, using all-over sublimation into T-shirts. Your design is printed and dispatched within 24 hours. Alternatively, you can go to the Topshop store in London, Oxford Street, and you can design and see it printed in situ. So it's live print, and it's completely involving the customer while they're interactively doing it in front of you, and it's being printed in front of you, and you take it away. So it's a very exciting experience for the customer. And it's warm off the press even when you put it on. So it's targeting the young, savvy customer looking for something that's individual, fashionable, personalised fashion that will look and stand out from mass production, mass-produced fashion labels. And this is a competition that I did with my own company or enterprise, the People's Print, last spring. And it was a digital print bureau called Contrado, and it was their sister bureau called Bags of Love. They're actually probably over 10 years old, and they're based in central London. And they do personalised products for, I don't know, phone cases, laptops, mugs, gift products. Very, very good production. But they wanted to access a different market, a different clientele, the more sort of creative clientele that is growing, basically. I think as consumers, we're growing and we're becoming more aware of design, and we're being able to design it as well. So they asked the People's Print to write a design brief and to lead the competition concept. So we wrote the design brief, and we made it a trend brief based on florals because it was spring, summer, and inspired by Paul Smith spring florals. And they have a very good upload system, so everybody who contributed for the competition, their designs went on the website. Everybody that contributed had a discount to their product, And it basically introduced them into a new customer, a new kind of designer, moving them away from their very sort of traditional kind of photograph on a mug. And it moved them into more apparel, T-shirts. They're doing a bodycon dress now, and T-shirts and leggings. And this was just an outcome of some of the contestants. And I think because the People's Print offered a toolbox and we invested in that experience and we educated our customer, we didn't leave them on their own. We gave them inspirational themes, we gave them a tutorial to follow, we gave them links for what's happening in fashion. It was very led through social media. The actual design work that came back was very, very good. So we were very pleased with it. And it also meant their clientele grew as well. I'm just going to go through a couple more companies. This is a USA company called Print All Over Me, based in quite new. Online platform for real-world collaboration and creation. They provide the tools that allow anybody to create and share and own and produce their designs by uploading artwork that can be applied to their seasonal collections of clothing and objects. Upload your artwork to the seasonal editions of clothing and other objects. Publish your designs, and you can sell it on their storefront. Sell your designs on this online store and you'll receive a royalty for every object that you sell. So it's very trend-led, it's very fashion, it's moving away from mass production, it's very individual fashion statement. And they have a capsule range. It's usually the leggings, the bodycon dress, the sweatshirt, the cap, and I think it's mainly sublimation printed actually, but it's back to you. It can be manufactured in a couple of weeks. It's not so fast, but it is quite fast. The other company, which is very consumer-led, is Front Row Society, which is based in Berlin. I think they're a couple of years old now. Again, they place the customer and the designer at the forefront, where ideas are introduced and designs are made. For the individual confident consumer, Front Row Society offers high-quality accessories with unique original designs. They work with an open collective of designers who submit artworks to their design challenges. Winning designs are curated into seasonal collections that allow the consumer to stand out beyond the trends and express their individuality. So again, they're opening up a design challenge to anybody, but they offer support in the way of trends and mood boards and tutorial ideas as well. So it's very curated, and the aesthetic, because of that, the aesthetic is very good, and it's very well designed. Okay, so I'll just talk a bit about my company, the People's Print. It was founded by my colleague and I, Dr. Emma Newberg. And our aim, really, we're not a print bureau. We're about promoting digital textile design. We're more of an education and resource. We want to promote digital textile designs. We want people to feel empowered by having the tools to create beautiful bespoke textiles that are original and that are unique to them. Our aim is to pioneer counter the negative effects of mass consumerism, fast fashion and globalization, giving the tools to create bespoke products for themselves and their communities. And we do this through workshops. We hold several workshops. We work at the V&A Museum, where we hold workshops and we reference their historical collections, and we do a digital translation, and then we'll work with a printer to realise that. We write publications. We do demonstrations as well. We do collaborations with industry, and we do presentations. We foster creativity, encourage everybody to design and to print their own fabrics. And we can encourage consumer-centered design systems. We also, on our blog, through Facebook, social media, we often reference, we give Photoshop tips, we give Illustrator tips. We reference what might be on a catwalk, what might inspire somebody, how they might do that, how there might be a little filter that you can do. So it's very much a resource. And we reach out a lot via social media. So spring next year, this is our next book, which will be published. Probably taken 2 years. Beautifully designed, and that's another very important aspect of what I do, is that material is very well designed so that people are inspired by it. It's easy to read, it's easy to follow. It's like a recipe book on how to design your own textiles. The book's, sorry, I forgot to say what the book's called. The book's called what it is, Print Make Wear. It's all around digital printing. It's 14 recipes or tutorials on how to design your own textiles, where to get them printed. There's a resource of printers at the back, which is fashion-based, it's dressmaking-based, which independent dressmaking patterns to use. So it's a complete DIY design loop. The front cover is a tutorial called Made in Brixton, which is where I live. And it's just going around the market, taking pictures and doing a collage of pound shop imagery. The back image is called Clara's Patchwork, which again is using just a simple patchwork technique of scanning in vintage patterns that might have some emotional connection with you or your family that you might have kept, and you make it into a digital patchwork which you can keep. That might become a heritage print as well. Sustainability is very much at the core of what I do, that I will create a fabric that will last a long time. Oops. This is just another page of the book, which is called, this is just a starting page of a tutorial called Digital Shibore. And because I'm not purely digital, I came from a traditional background, a lot of the tutorial hark back and reference back to traditional techniques. So shibore is basically a tie-dye technique, and it goes through the process of tie-dyeing. So most of the design work's done in the tie-dye, and then it's scanned in and then just multiplied into a pattern. I very much believe that digital is a fast process, and I combine it with slow processes too. So we have the combination of a slow time where your design might take longer, so it's part of the slow movement, so it's more reflective. You can spend longer doing something, and then the digital might give you the fast process as means of production. I'm not totally digital. It's my last slide. We're based, the People's Print, we're lucky to be based at Somerset House, which is right in the centre of London, on the Thames. We're part of a really exciting collective called Makerversity, which is Factory on the Thames. It's part of the Makers movement, which is it's basically a factory that we're building up, so that we have workspaces within the vaults of Somerset House. So at the moment we've got 3D printers, we've got laser cutters, we've got CNC cutters, but we haven't got a digital printer yet. We don't want to start a bureau, but we want it to be a learning space, a demonstration space right in the centre of London, a doing space really, to make prototypes, to run workshops, to do presentations. One of our sponsors is Will I Am, and he was there a month ago, not doing digital textile workshops, but he was doing some music coding workshops with a group of young people to sort of introduce them to that technology. So that's where I am. Yeah, if you're there, come down. So it's very exciting. We've just moved in, so it's very exciting, and it feels like a sort of new vision where people collaborate and make together and learn together. So thank you very much.